I'll request Dr. Zafar Iqbal Qureshi to provide his input, and again with a request to stay within the time.
Assalamu alaikum ji, and Dr. Ikraham, thank you very much for the invitation. There are a couple of points that I want to make based on what was discussed in the morning. The question of quality and culture came up again and again. And I feel very strongly that when somebody suggested the culture or the quality has come from the top, I feel that quality actually is going to be institutional mindset. If you don't promote it within the institution at every level, to expect the VC to actually ensure all that with all the diversity present in a university is not going to be possible. So therefore, we need to ensure that we don't actually place all the burden on the strong shoulder of the Vice Chancellor in terms of quality. I think it has to be institutional responsibility, and I hope that we keep that in mind. I think culturally, there are going to be two conflicting forces operating at the same time. One, the desire to change and innovate. And secondly, the desire to actually stability and not change. So therefore, I think it's for us to decide that where are we and what is it that we have to do. Of course, we have to get out of our own comfort zone in order to say that we can't be the same in the next couple of maybe decades. I actually have the privilege to be the chair of a department, to be dean of a faculty, and to be the academic head of the academic program, and also the provost of LUMS. And all along, I was reflecting, what is it that I have to avoid to be an effective leader in the university? And it's my experience, and maybe you can reflect back on yourself. Ego and arrogance, as you actually sit on a position of power, begins to actually overwhelm you. So that is one sure recipe for failure. Second, that you develop a superior complex, that now I am the leader, everybody else has to follow. No. In an academia, it is not like that. Faculty and the administration, they're all actually partnered in this game. We have to realize that. We become overly competitive. I know everything. I am the wise guy, and therefore everybody has to listen to me. I think it doesn't work that way. Self-projection, that everything is being done by me, everything is being done by me. I think it's a teamwork. You can't do everything alone. You can't go on a solo flight. So therefore, building a very talented team is going to be a challenge, and I hope that we can do it. And finally, avoid yourself being surrounded by psychopaths. People will come to you, sir, you are the best. The previous was actually all bad, and therefore we expect that all the goodies will come from you. No, I think this is something that you have to provide is a recipe for disaster for a leadership at any position, whether you're a chair or, so I hope that we actually learn some lessons. I was given a very specific responsibility that I have to talk about the academic, human capital development. And for that, I think we have to go back, and it was talked in the morning also, school. I feel the input that comes to the university, particularly the last 4 years, to 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, is the input that is going to come to you. Unless we actually focus on that in order to improve the school system, I think the quality in the university alone is not going to improve. So therefore, we need to focus on that. In a university of teaching, research, innovation, and community engagement, these are actually the key pillars of a university. But I feel very strongly, if you can excel in teaching, research will happen automatically. But if we are not focusing on teaching, then the output that will come out of our institution and the impact that it will create will not be something that will be good for the country. I feel when you focus on your output, you have to keep in mind a few things. What are those? Of course, technical education. We've been discussing technical education, AI and everything, and functional education. But 3-4 things are very important for the kind of human that we are going to bring out of it for impact. That person must have an integrated personality where his or her mind, heart and soul are integrated, are not fragmented. Somebody in the earlier fashion said that the digital, kind of work that we're doing is fragmented. I think we are producing also from our university fragmented human beings who actually lack the wisdom, the justice, judgment, and all that you require from that. So I think that we have to keep on. The question here is that what comes out of our university goes back where? To the economy, but goes back also to the academia. So therefore, if we are not producing quality, what we get in the university in terms of teacher, administrative staff, leave much to be in terms of quality. So the question is, what is it that we can do? And I feel there are a number of initiatives that we need to do. This is not the time for me to go through all, but I would suggest very strongly to the chairman of PHEC to set up a digital leadership development lab at HEC and actually bring the computing technologies and AI there and begin to actually train your teachers in leadership and faculty curriculum, everything in that. I think that is something that we need to do. I would also suggest very strongly that the senior faculty needs to become mentors for their younger faculty members. You have to actually create a team of 4 or 5 people who you should take under your mentorship and actually improve them. And that's what we need to do. Thirdly, which I practice, you may not like it, sometimes visiting your class will make a lot of difference. Not to intimidate your teacher, but to say that I would like to sit in your class and we can come back and we can give you feedback in order how to improve that. I think that is something that we have to do, I think, simultaneously. There are a number of other things that we have to do, but I'm told that I have 3 or 4 minutes, so I would conclude by saying that last question that was given was actually what is the global leadership, kind of trend today. We have heard in the morning, transformation. Globally, even though there are 13, 14, 15 kind of leadership theories, 3 are very current. Who is an authentic leader, who is an ethical leader, and who is a transformational leader. I think in our university, we have to begin to focus, how do you produce ethical leaders? How do you produce actually change managers? With this, I thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. I'll